Okay, so you're standing there, maybe in London, maybe New York, Melbourne, that coffee shop line.
Hmm.
And that moment right before you order, does it ever feel a bit, I don't know, like there's a secret handshake you missed?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like the locals just know exactly what to say,
Yeah.
right? Effortless.
Exactly. Effortless. Well, today, we're kind of cracking that code.
We are. We're doing a deep dive into ordering coffee like a native English speaker.
Yeah, we're drawing on this really interesting chat Jamie and Sophia had on an English learning podcast. They're like our guides today.
And it's interesting because it's not just, buying a drink. It's full of these little cues, these expectations.
Right.
And for you listening, wanting to get this stuff quickly, thoroughly,
Yeah.
this is basically a shortcut.
A shortcut to feeling more confident, more like you belong there ordering your coffee.
Precisely. In any English-speaking place, really.
Okay, so mission for today. Give you the phrases, the tips, the confidence, basically.
Yep. To sound like you know your way around the coffee counter. So where do Jamie and Sophia say people often stumble first?
The classic rookie mistake, they called it.
Which is?
Just walking up and saying, a coffee.
Right, that vagueness. As they pointed out, native speakers, they tend to be specific, like right away.
It's about clarity, isn't it? Efficiency. Get to the point.
Exactly. Avoids that back and forth, saves time for everyone.
It's like asking for some food in a restaurant. You need more detail.
You do. So, first step. Know roughly what you want. Is it just black coffee? Is it a latte?
Okay, so for a basic black coffee, just say.
Can I get a black coffee? Simple, easy.
And if it's milky, like a latte.
I'll have a latte works perfectly. Standard?
Now, Sophia, you mentioned she's Australian. She brought up the flat white.
Ah, yes. The flat white. Big in Australia, the UK too. It's espresso, but with this really thin, velvety microfoam.
So different from a latte, how exactly?
It's stronger tasting usually because there's less milk foam compared to a latte. Lattes have that thicker, more airy foam layer on top.
Got it. So less foam, different texture, more coffee punch. Good distinction.
Definitely. And then, of course, the menu often goes way beyond that.
Oh, yeah, cappuccino.
Well, that's the one with the really distinct, quite deep, frothy top. Most people know that one.
And an Americano.
Simple. Espresso plus hot water. Diluted espresso, basically.
Okay. Then there's the macchiato. That one seems to cause some confusion.
It really can. A traditional macchiato is just espresso with a tiny, tiny spot or stain of foamed milk on top.
Tiny. Like literally just a dollop.
Exactly. But, and this is the key point they made, especially in big chains, macchiato often means these huge, sweet, layered, dessert-style drinks now.
Right. Like a caramel macchiato is nothing like the original.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So knowing that difference helps you avoid a sugary surprise if you wanted a quick espresso hit.
Crucial intel. Okay, moving on. Sizes. This trips so many people up. Small, medium, large seems easy, but then...
Oh, the size maze.
Yeah.
You walk into certain chains like Starbucks.
And suddenly it's tall, grande, ventisa.
Exactly. Their own language. If you're there, you kind of just have to learn their terms to get the size you actually want.
So adapt to the chain's lingo. Got it. But what about the independent places, the little local cafes?
Sophia's tip was great here. If you're unsure, regular is often your safest bet.
Just ask for a regular latte or whatever.
Yeah. It's usually understood as the middle size, the standard offering.
Yeah.
Medium is also a pretty universal fallback. Most places will get what you mean.
Okay, regular or medium as safe words. I remember once asking for a small in this really like minimalist place.
Yeah.
And I got this tiny, tiny cup. Looked like it was for a doll's house. Learned my lesson, small isn't standard everywhere.
Exactly. Definitions vary. Okay, what about milk? It's not just dairy anymore, is it?
Not at all. Oat, soy, almond. How do you ask for those naturally?
Jimmy and Sophia said native speakers just weave it in casually. No big announcement.
So not like, excuse me, I have a dairy intolerance.
And no, much simpler. Just, can you make that with oat milk? Or I'll take a soy cappuccino.
Nice and concise. Just add it to the drink request.
Exactly. Keep it flowing. Same goes for temperature, actually.
Oh, yeah. Some like it super hot, some don't.
Again, keep it brief. Extra hot, please. Or not too hot.
That's it. No need to explain why.
Nope. Just state the preference, clear and quick.
Okay. Sweetness, syrups, sugar. How do we navigate that without sounding like we're ordering dessert?
Phrasing is key. For syrups, something like, can you add a pump of hazelnut? Sounds natural.
A pump, that's the standard measure, right?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the barista uses.
Okay.
And for sugar, just I'll have it with 1 sugar or 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
What about asking what they have? Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. Sophia mentioned asking what syrups you got.
Yeah.
What syrups do you have? Can actually be a nice little interaction.
Shows a bit of interest, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. Turns it from just transactional into a little moment.
Cool. Okay, so we know the drink, the size, milk, sweetness. How do we actually say the order with that, confident vibe?
Right, the delivery. They suggested starting phrases like, can I get?
Or I'll have.
Both polite, but
Right.
direct.
Yep. Get straight to the order. Their example was good. Hey, can I get a flat white with almond milk to go? See how it flows?
Yeah, it does. Drink, milk, and whether it's for here or to go. Let's try one. My usual is simple. I'd say, hi, can I get a medium black coffee to go?
Perfect. Clear, polite, has all the info. What if I wanted something a bit more complex, following their pattern?
Go for it.
Hey, I'll have a regular latte with oat milk and maybe a pump of caramel, extra hot.
Nice. Drink, size, milk, additions, temperature, all there. Very natural.
It's just putting those pieces together logically.
So, thinking about learning,
Yeah.
what are the big mistakes to avoid? We mentioned vagueness already.
Definitely avoid just, I want a coffee. Also, don't overcomplicate things. You don't need to describe how to make a cappuccino. Just order a cappuccino.
Right. Trust the barista knows their job.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they stress this too. Don't obsess over perfect pronunciation. Baristas hear accents all day long. Clarity is more important than perfection.
That's really reassuring, actually. What about the place itself? Does the vibe of the cafe change how you order?
Yeah, they called it reading the room. Makes
Yeah.
sense, right?
How so?
Well, a small indie cafe, maybe you can be a bit more chatty if it's quiet. A big chain with a massive queue.
Speed and efficiency are key. Don't hold everyone up asking about the bean origin.
Exactly. Match the energy of the place.
Makes total sense. Okay, one last thing that often comes up, tipping.
Ah, yes. Geography of tipping. It really depends where you are.
So in the U.S.,
Tipping for coffee is pretty common, especially if the service was good. Maybe $1 or $1 in the tip jar.
but UK, Australia.
Generally, no. It's not standard practice for just grabbing a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in cafe if you've had table service, but not usually for a takeaway coffee.
Good to know the local custom there. Okay, let's quickly wrap up the main takeaways from this coffee deep dive.
Right. Number 1, be specific. Drink, size, any changes, like milk or syrup.
Use those direct but polite openers. Can I get, or I'll have.
Adjust slightly based on the cafe's vibe, indie versus busy chain.
And know the local tipping etiquette. US, probably yes. UK, Australia, probably no for takeaway.
And remember, for you listening, getting these little details right, it really adds up. It makes those everyday interactions smoother, boosts your confidence.
Absolutely. It's about feeling comfortable, feeling integrated. So maybe a little challenge for you listening.
Go on.
Before your next coffee run, actually plan your order in your head, your exact drink, size, milk, whatever.
Mentally rehearse it.
Yeah, then walk up and say it clearly, confidently. Think of it as like a mini mission in cultural practice.
I like that. A small act of skill building.
Yeah.
And mastering these small things, well, it opens doors to tackling bigger interactions later.
Definitely. Maybe next time we could dive into, say, navigating a bustling farmer's market, all the different vendors.
Ooh, interesting. Lots of nuances there, too. But that sounds like a deep dive for another day.